Time to fight. to fight.
They don't look happy.
Peace at last. You all right, boy? I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Let me know if you find any books worth reading.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Catch your death sleeping out here.
I know.
I hear you've been busy making friends, Sid. Your predecessor had the same idea. Why, he even extended the hand of friendship to me. Not once, but twice.
If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like
Sorry, I'm too busy for... I've got to get this thermal displacement stuff.
some. And this.
Only the fastest, finest ship that would... Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to... I'll come...
Is
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things... The stack will be made up of three... There's the plate, the... and the sheep.
a full suit of armor, then? Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
Like armor.
Look...
What you told Nan about Kupka. Hopefully all our old friends can rest easy now.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
need it. Get Gavin.
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking at, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust. As for the...
Well, one of us should...
And the other...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth hiring porters at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see the supplier.
Just don't let the bastard flee.
He wouldn't do that.
Best of luck.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with this Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorne complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. You took just like... About time I was heading back. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pit.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorne gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Blackthorne, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together. It'll take some...
Thank you.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. And how were you gonna carry all that?
Is that all?
Clive. So, what'll it be? You can thank me later. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Anything else?
Is it business or pleasure? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do you need? What do you want? And how am I meant to do that then? Anything else?
And what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid's...
I'll show you. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate, in other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Quick look. Always something in there.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Well done, Torgal. Nice try.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
The hell?
Well, if I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
Think Mid might need some help.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution.
Perhaps.
What do you
consider? Andy.
We have it, Bob. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material...
Somebody call me.
Obolus might be of assistance. I shall
Somebody call me.
and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of the knowledge of the past may yet...
Thank you, Harpok. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to...
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on... I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction. Hence moondews have... Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're...
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
And what can I do for you? I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Keep them pilchers nice and chill.
Okay.
There's talk at the glass gate. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford...
All anyone ever wants anymore is water, great. How am I supposed to make...
You'll not find a
Those
fruit
Papio
slipping in the
nuts?
bushel.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of...
All right.
How about you look for the Papio nuts? I'll find the other...
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here. Good day.
Buy, sell, or be gone. Good riddance.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Papio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to... But before we head back, would you walk with me? Thank you for asking me to help you today.
It does. Just being here. What do you remember?
Remember how we wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was Molly in the kitchen. Thought you might like to share.
I would.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. When we can...
Thank you. Well, I need to give these... I'll see.
Take it.
I will.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well,
Winter.
And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance.
Okay.
I was just explaining to Tarja how we might... And now that we have all the ingredients,
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious...
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All...
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary?
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice, just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of test. Perhaps someone ought to warn young...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking. Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me.
Don't thank me.
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits to the black...
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as... Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take...
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some precision. What?
It's finished! It's finally...
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displace...
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I suck. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we... But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get... I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually...
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something...
You'd be proud of...
You,
I was.
Right. There's just...
All right.
Aye.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
Well, that's it. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic. The chief's got a lovely bit of kit, it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping...
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job.
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the unit. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mount. So, I did a bit of read, and do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they...
I take it that's where I
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte.
All right.
Think Mid might need some help.
we have here? Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should... This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
After it.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. And you're a gent, Sid. Right then. Let's get... There we have it.
Very impressed.
Why do you let... What? Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Saved up. I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. Well?
It certainly feels more...
Right? Told you.
Thank you.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your... And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
How are you doing? Here you go. Always something in there.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Finished, are you?
Back, are you? So, what'll it be? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Anything else?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help? What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him. Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Yes, one, sir. Okay, I'm coming now.
got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. Which is certainly a new development. She says he's...
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, if we assume that his newfound magics require... It may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze them...
I don't recall ever seeing any of that.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely... The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near...
Even so.
Good hunting, Clive.
What you got there?
Nice try. certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now. Will it be enough? I say that answer, wish me. I'm just a big lady.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right. Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
Oh, it's just a moment. Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask that you might still perhaps share.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still,
that was
a sword. The metalist, you could slip.
So that's what's. And if you knew how to do it, we could unlock.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can sharp a sword. We can't have our master.
Sure as stuff. I can't say I'm not.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this. You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go which made it nice and easy finding.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my... Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the warning. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friend's pockets may be.
Yourself. You. We don't know for sure. Listen. It could have just been a tremor.
I've got this theory. The Fallen. I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living monsters. You could be one of them. I could be one of them.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealth.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
Huh? No. That's just how he's been...
I don't suppose a single... and I'll retrieve...
You
want to know... I don't suppose...
I did not. Every ill-gotten coin in...
And that's where...
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
to fight. Let's go.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Nice try.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What should I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Radim here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Tombs, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe there's a...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10 foot, it is the final stone which lends the blade its a mineral quite foreign to this great realm. And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal. Take this, to get the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
So, I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel.
Are there many other collectors?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron, and is a perennial thorn in my... Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully he'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about us.
I did better.
Whetstone?
Yes. But not...
Not one hit won't be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Cursebreakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade to rattle me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that's swords that the Cursebreakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire pit. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something.
I'm sure the Cursebreakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
I'll be working day and night. Hey, thanks, Clive. I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on. You come and find me when you've got the material.
Right. I will.
So, what'll it be? Anything else?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. I don't know many fleshes who deal in cuts that size. Well, that doesn't mean I don't know some. I don't know Coin purse weighing you down? Is that all?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lordsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. it turns out, and it's maybe my fault, but I swear to the goddess. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a... I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna need help keeping it...
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders, and instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you. And he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only...
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were marked.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's person up after the king's ransom we had off him. He deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning.
I'm sure they will be.
Should be me making the rap. You know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to what.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
And what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. Let's not be greedy now. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
I love Martha like a sister. But the Empire have dragoons.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's... reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is, he was the first one, Sid, probably. Sid, and when...
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's I reckon what he saw and did that...
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has...
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoint's open to all. You'll find a little beyond Northridge, though. When the throne moved south, most with any sense followed.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you. It's all right.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talc?
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very Otto. Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in an ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate.
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh. I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, it was hit and it threw on you. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Clive? Astrix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl would do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yeah.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva, but...
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
Oh, you in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was...
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, what...
You can count on me, just be sure.
Oh, but she's got...
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
This isn't the first time I've seen one of these. Perhaps I can use them as waymarks.
company.
Stay down!
Playtime for the pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. And then there was one. Nice try. Too slow. Help me, boy. Too slow. Wasn't too bad, was it, Torgal?
Clive. So, what'd it be? No scratches, right? That it? Fine. Back, are ya? What do you want? That it?
Get it, boy!
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Finished.
So what do you think?
That we'd be
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding...
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the park.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker. I know.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in...
We may.
Chuck?
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway,
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to reckon...
All right. No. You just...
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take...
Look lively, you lot.
Well, we've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path.
Tinny's on the other side. This might take a while.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Out of our way.
You're finished!
Blind Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
What do you think, girl?
Bloody cruising caravan, scooping up all the best customers. Leave some for the rest of us.
I hear the brothers found another victim. Ah, if ever...
Because they're duplicitous bastards who make cutthroats and footpads look... What are they? The merchant dead and his murderers been now. So...
Anyway, thank...
Drake's fangs fallen, would you believe?
We'd be rich.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
This is everything. It must be transported.
What do you think, girl?
Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion. Bloody
I'm
cruising.
hurrying. My lord.
Scooping up all the best customers. Leave some for the rest of us.
Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. They are more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
They're sweet as nectar.
I'll take the large one.
Did you hear about the Empire's Black Shields? Apparently they've been going around in Imperial lands, stringing up bearers.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be different.
Remember when half the people coming through here were the traders from the Empire?
Go and bother someone else, will you? I've got my trader's pass, and I'll be leaving as soon as I'm able. If I stay here much longer, I'll end up no better off than those poor sods by the gates.
Ah, good. There you are.
It was here.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where. I've got a pal in Bocklad who... No.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present?
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. Well...
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Without a crystal.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Peaches and pears. Out of my sight, wretch.
Well met. You've a discerning eye.
You're sure you don't need it? Just what I was looking for. Thank you. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. Ever since the fit wit and with so past that the and whoever they are, will you and cat
Is that...
They won't let...
So...
Or...
Thank you.
Clive.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him.
The furniture makers. Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets.
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like their backs.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you.
taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be different.
Fish for sale! Fresh salted and smoked! Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her.
Is that for... A few, perhaps. They're all looking for a new... You should...
It's worth it.
All right then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Remember when half the people coming through here...
Come, taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Excuse me?
Which it's all we I don't know. He said he got a job.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him.
Do you know where he's usually...
Thank you.
Come on, come on!
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Daddy, I'm hungry. That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him. Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up back.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now. What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do. Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the Chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
Shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Call themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me a good gill if I did what they told. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time. Before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hunter.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Cowards! You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just a back and a blade. Theodore. But it seems they've already stooped. Hans is a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocket. Then we all want the same thing.
No, you better not have scared any of my birds.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones. You or... Hansa, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told her.
Couldn't...
To Laney's Cleft.
Laney's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
That's that then.
There are no crystals here.